Oh, I didn't know you were filming it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because it's a video confessional.
I didn't know.
I didn't know you were filming it.
Well, maybe you didn't press record yet.
Got it.
So stupid.
Got it.
Okay.
Rolling.
We had a really small room. You might be
Fleets in progress.
First of all, what's your necklace? Second, what are you doing with your head on the floor? Why is your head on the floor?
It says Mickey.
But a really big porch, and which was really nice because we had a porch picnic the first day.
Yeah, the sandwich store. So Janny found a really good, let me preface this by saying the food was really good actually. But it was an interesting sandwich store. It's called Campaños, and it was more like a little like corner, middle of nowhere in a random neighborhood
Liquor
store / sandwich store, but it was also like themed as military. Like there was like a lot of G.I. Joe like collector dolls posted around, and the guy who owned it was really odd. Everything looked a little bit like hoarder-ish. Like it was a sandwich store / like personal memorabilia hoarder kind of situation. So that was a little bit odd. But me and Janny and Layla arrived first, and we were meeting Mickey there, and we were gonna see him for the first time. And we ordered our sandwiches, and we were like snooping around the chip aisle, and all of a sudden, the best scare surprise I've ever had. Mick came darting around the chip aisle, grabbed me like some like creepy assailant, but luckily it was Mick, and it was such a good surprise, and I screamed in the middle of this weird little tchotchke hoarder army sandwich store, and then we were reunited and we all hugged, and from then on we have not left each other's sides and never plan to again.
Mick, how does it feel not going back to San Francisco?
Ever.
Yeah, I somehow finagled everyone to come to NorCal, where I live.
It was Zara's idea. Thanks, Zara.
Thanks, Zara. Yeah, we miss Zara and Pauline greatly on this trip. And anyone watching this who wasn't able to come or was invited.
Yeah, we love all of
We're
you.
missing you.
We saw so much wildlife on this trip. It was really cool. We would go on these long walks to the beach, and we stumbled into a graveyard, and there was a family of deer.
Proceed with caution. Deer in a cemetery. Combining my two favorite things, scary things and animals. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here.
We are gathered deer today.
That one. Basically, we turned a corner. We saw some deer. Mickey and I screamed at the top of our lungs. We got shushed by Janners.
I just immediately shushed all of you because you started screaming the minute you saw the deer.
Rightfully so. Wandered into a cemetery, and now we're just chilling with some gravestones and some deer.
That one's a little buck. Look at his little antlers growing. Do you see his little antlers? They're so chill. They're like giant bunny rabbits.
Oh, it has a poem on it.
No predators here. Everyone's dead.
So we walked down to the beach after we saw the deer in the graveyard.
No, I think it's irrational.
Irrational? But it happens to people. There's videos of people standing on rocks and waves brushing them away.
I feel like you'll have some warning.
Oh yeah, look at the crab!
It was just so nice and relaxing and fun to hop around. And Jack and Janny just like jumped around with me, and it was so fun and sweet, and it's one of my favorite things to do. And there were a sea anemone and little crabs and lots of little hermit crabs.
Speaking of hermit crabs.
What'd you see in the tide pools?
Lots of hermit crabs.
Agreed.
Yeah, that was mostly what we saw.
What else did we see? We saw tons of sea otters, bless you,
Thank you.
in the ocean.
Oh.
And we saw seals laying out on the beach and a little baby seal learning how to swim. That was really, really, really cute. And then we saw a little kitty named Lucy.
Just a baby. You're so sweet, so sweet.
Lucy was so happy to see us. And then Ben is a missing cat that we didn't unfortunately get to find yet, but we don't even really know if he wanted to be found.
Let's talk about the aquarium.
Okay, so we got to the aquarium an hour early, and then we're informed that they can't let us in an hour early because it was opening day after a year of being closed because of a viral pandemic. And they had slotted allotted times so that they could keep it at like 25% capacity.
Jerks.
But we were told we could get in 15 minutes early.
But we only got in 10 minutes early.
So we set our watches, we go walking around, exploring. We go to this Turkish delight store and we all get some little Turkish delights and baklava and sit, and then it's time to go back to the aquarium. So we go back and we go right up to the line. It's about time for us to be let in early. Oh, the line's up there. What do you mean? What do you mean the line's up there? There's a whole separate line for our time slot. We had to wait in line. Time is approaching. We are now late to being early, but early to being on time. So then we go inside.
They never stop.
Totally overwhelmed. There was an otter aquarium exhibit.
Yeah.
There was a lot of tentacles. There was this really big part with hammerhead sharks and a giant turtle.
So cute.
There was a little petting, I was gonna say petting zoo, a petting area where you could touch like the manta rays. And then by the petting zoo, there was this wave room where you just stand under this glass, and every now and then, a wave comes down and just like covers the area.
It looks like it's coming right at your face. Nick and I decided if we're ever wealthy enough, we're gonna install one in our home.
And we're gonna sleep in it.
Yeah.
So, how did you end up on a Surrey?
You know, I guess you people have it figured out by now that I kind of like riding bikes.
Okay, for the record, Janners doesn't just love bikes. She biked across the entire country. She loves bikes.
And so you all went through all the trouble to find an activity that was a bike-friendly activity. There's a bike path here. I don't remember what it's called, do you? Well, let's call it the Monterey Bay Beach Path Trail. The Beach Path Trail. And we walked past it a few times and we were like, oh, that looks cute. And I think there was just a vibe, like there was just an energy. We just like needed to ride our bikes on that bike path. So, you know, we came out of the aquarium and we were like, just kind of riding that wave. And I was like, you know, if you guys want to ride bikes, let's do this. Here's a few options. Mickey had thoughtfully looked up the Surrey rental place, and I kind of like left it to the group, and Layla was like, yeah, let's do it, let's go for it. And then all that needed to happen was for Layla to say that, and then we just pulled the trigger, and it was 0 to 100 from there to the Surrey rental spot. Threw down the credit card, money was no object.
I don't know if we can handle this.
We did run into a few challenges. We're pedaling the Surrey, and it's a little harder than we thought, especially considering we were going downhill and we were going like slower than you would if we were just walking. And then Jacqueline, who was apparently paying attention to the tutorial on how to operate this like Surrey bicycle machine, she jumps in and she's like, are you sure the brake's not on? I'm like, no, brake's not on, it's fine. It was on, the brake was on. Brake was on, so once we figured out how to turn the brake off, then it was great. And then we just started flying, like, man, we were, what, 28, 29 miles an hour? Just flying down that hill, like, watch out Monterey Bay. could not be stopped, and the joy was just pulsing. Pretty great when we all stopped and had a little photo shoot on the Surrey with our matching sweatshirts. It was pretty adorable. We tend to be adorable. We just can't really help it when we're together, and really obnoxious too.
Goodbye, my love.
Love you.
Come back to us.
Hail Satan.
Love you.
Okay, I know you thought it was the end. I did too. The girls have left. I went back downtown to film some B-roll footage, and I found this really cool thing that I wish we had done. Maybe we'll do it next time. But check this out. A keyboard staircase.